You're about to make one of your life's most significant financial decisions. But are you asking the right questions about your mortgage?
You're listening to the Bo Knows Real Estate Podcast. Tips and advice for home buyers, sellers, and owners. With award-winning RE/MAX agent, Bo Kauffmann.
Welcome to another episode of Winnipeg's Real Estate Podcast. I'm Bo Kauffmann of RE/MAX Performance Realty, and today we're tackling a common misconception in home buying. Most people focus entirely on one thing when choosing a mortgage: the interest rate. But here's the thing. While the rate is significant, it's far from the only factor you should consider. You need to ask your lender several questions that could save you money, headaches, and regret down the road. Think of it this way. A mortgage is like a long-term relationship. Yes, it's important that it's affordable, but if it doesn't fit your lifestyle or future plans, you might find yourself in trouble. So today, I will share 8 essential questions about your mortgage. Questions beyond just, what's the rate? Stick with me, and by the end of this episode, you'll have a clearer idea of choosing the right mortgage for your needs. Let's start by addressing the biggest myth out there. Everyone seems to think that the mortgage rate is the most critical part of the deal. And it makes sense. Lenders continually advertise rates, and it's often the first thing people hear about. But here's the truth. The rate is just one piece of the puzzle. You might get the lowest rate on paper, but if your mortgage comes with high penalties, limited flexibility, or fees you didn't expect, that low rate could cost you much more. For example, let's say you're comparing 2 mortgages. One has the lowest rate you've seen but has stiff penalties for early repayment and doesn't allow any lump sum payments. The other has a slightly higher rate, but will enable you to pay off up to 20% of the balance each year without penalties. Which one do you think is better in the long run? The answer depends on your situation, but focusing on the rate alone can be misleading. So, what should you ask instead? First, think about how long you plan to keep the mortgage. If you're in your forever home, you might want a different structure than if you plan to sell in 5 years. This leads to the first question. What's the amortization period? The amortization period determines how long you'll take to pay off the mortgage. Most people default to 25 years, but some lenders offer 30 years or more. A longer period means lower monthly payments, but you'll pay significantly more interest over time. A shorter period might be tighter on your budget, but it can save you tens of thousands of dollars. Next, ask about prepayment options. These allow you to make extra payments without penalties. Why does this matter? Let's say you get a bonus at work or come into some unexpected cash. Prepayment options let you apply that money directly to your mortgage, saving you years of payments and thousands in interest. Some lenders allow you to pay up to 20% of the original mortgage as a lump sum yearly, while others have stricter limits. Make sure you know what's possible with your mortgage. Another critical question is about penalties for breaking the mortgage early. Life happens. People move for jobs, upgrade to larger homes, or even downsize earlier than planned. If you break your mortgage before the term ends, you could face significant penalties, especially with a fixed-rate mortgage. These penalties are often calculated based on the interest rate differential, which can add up to thousands of dollars. Always ask your lender to explain how they calculate these penalties. While we're on flexibility, ask if the mortgage is portable. A portable mortgage allows you to transfer it to a new property without breaking the term and incurring penalties. This feature can be a lifesaver if you think there's even a tiny chance you'll move before your mortgage is up.
We'll be right back after this short announcement.
Are you looking to buy a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Work with the agent who takes the time to explain the process to you, guiding you through every step. For service beyond the sale, book your home buying consultation with Bo Kauffmann of RE/MAX Performance today. Bo knows real estate.
Now let's discuss costs. Mortgages have more than just the rate. Legal fees, appraisal costs, and sometimes lender-specific charges can add up quickly. Ask for a complete breakdown of all expenses so you're not caught off guard at closing. Another important consideration is the type of mortgage that fits your situation: fixed, variable, or hybrid. Fixed-rate mortgages offer predictability. but variable rates often come with lower penalties for early termination. Hybrid mortgages combine elements of both and can provide flexibility while giving you stability. Your choice here depends on your financial situation and risk tolerance. Beyond the numbers, there's also the human side of mortgages. What's the lender's reputation and level of service? A great rate isn't worth much if the lender is impossible to reach or unhelpful when you have questions. Do your research, read reviews, and talk to your broker about which lenders are known for providing excellent service. Finally, ask about cashback options or other incentives. Some lenders offer cashback when you sign your mortgage, which can help with moving costs, closing expenses, or even new furniture. Remember that these offers often have higher rates, so weigh the benefits carefully. Let me share a quick example to illustrate why these questions matter. Sarah and James, a couple I worked with, were first-time buyers who locked into a 5-year fixed mortgage with the lowest rate they could find. James got a job offer in another city 2 years later, and they needed to sell their home. Breaking their mortgage came with a $10,000 penalty, money they didn't have. On the other hand, Lisa, another client, chose a variable rate mortgage with flexible terms. When she sold her condo 3 years into her term, her penalty was just $1,000. By asking the right questions up front, Lisa saved herself thousands and avoided unnecessary stress. So, what's the big takeaway? The mortgage rate is important, but it's not the whole story. Focus on flexibility, the total cost of the mortgage, and how well it aligns with your goals. If you're shopping for a mortgage, take the time to ask these questions. It could save you a lot of money and a lot of headaches. If you found this helpful, please subscribe to the podcast, leave a review, and share it with someone you know who's house hunting. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. I hope this helped you see there's so much more to choosing a mortgage than just chasing the lowest rate. If you're feeling overwhelmed or just want some guidance, I'd be happy to connect you with a mortgage broker I trust. Someone with years of experience and the patience to walk you through all your options step by step. They'll help you make the best decision for your unique situation. Feel free to contact me directly, whether through email, social media, or my website, and I'll gladly introduce you. It's all about having the right team in your corner when making one of life's biggest financial decisions. Happy house hunting, and we'll talk in the next episode.
You've been listening to Bo Kauffmann of RE/MAX Performance Realty. Are you thinking of buying or selling a house or a condo in Winnipeg? Call Bo at 204-333-2202. Remember, Bo knows real estate.